Views expressed here are not supported by and do not reflect those of the Evening Rush Network. Viewers' discretion is advised.
This is relationship-ish, where we talk about the cornerstone of every relationship. Connections. 9 p.m.
Real life.
Marriage. Sex.
And we're having a great time already.
Yourself. Your family. Divorce. Your ex. Your co-workers. Your friends. Your situation. Your lover. Your mother. You name it. Connections. And we always have a great time.
Of course you had to mess
With your
it up, right?
hosts, Vee and Caj.
You're now listening to the Evening Rush Network.
Pew, 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 pew. How you doing? How you doing? It's Thursday night. It's 8 o'clock. It's relationship-ish, where we talked about this cornerstone of every relationship, connection. And we're your host, Cash.
And I'm Vee.
Woo! And it's Thursday relationship-ish with Vee and Cash. I got so much energy, you just don't understand. You know why? Because I had 3 Cokes because I'm tired. Oh my goodness. So Vee,
Yes.
what has been your biggest holiday cooking or baking fail? Because we're in the holiday season, right? So you have to think about what was your biggest cooking or baking fail that you had?
Okay, so for me, I had everybody over to my house for Thanksgiving. It was my in-laws, my sister's in-laws, my parents. Everybody was over for Thanksgiving. And it was the first time that we were all together in my house.
Mm-hmm.
And I had already made all the food that I wanted to cook. I had pre-made it. I just needed to cook it a little bit more so it won't heat up, right? So now I just put the turkey in. So no one's over yet. The turkey's in. And so I'm like, okay. And I put it in a bag. Don't want to disturb it. Let it cook. How about the doorbell rings, everything? I'm like, okay, let me put the other food in. I hadn't turned the oven on. The turkey wasn't cooking. It was raw. So my mother over for Thanksgiving, and I didn't turn the oven on. When yes, so we ate a little bit later that day. We ate, but we ate the turkey after dinner. We had ham and other things, but we had the turkey after dinner. Yes, and that's a real story. Like I was just like,
oh
I was just like, what to do? Like I started crying. I was like, this I can't.
no. See, my biggest fail is the exact opposite. I have people over. I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't want the food to be cold before because I don't want to take the sternos out.
Mhm.
And this is why people, this is my commercial, use cooking bags. And because my sister-in-law's like, you gotta put it in the bag. Yes, I'm gonna put it in the bag. Let me tell you why. I put the food in so it could be okay.
Mhm.
Girl, that lasagna became a break. That chicken was like prick, prick. You could hammer a house in
Why
because
was
it's
lasagna a break?
all it was all dried out and just it had dried out. I didn't put the aluminum
Oh,
foil or anything on it. I just left it in and you're chit-chatting. Oh my goodness, look at this, look at that. I'm like, oh yeah, this is good. Oh, oh, be like, I smell something. Well, no. And common sense to people will be like, oh, let me go check it. I'm like, oh, the lasagna probably just spilled over a little. I checked it earlier. It had just spilled out. Oh, okay. Do, 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 do.
oh my gosh, the exact opposite thing happened.
So it was a light meal, maybe a continental dinner.
Mhm.
Crispy dinner. Girl, it was beyond crispy because I like things a little, getting
Well
a
done,
little well done.
too.
That was
That was a little too
just
much cash.
burnt. It was burnt. It was nothing left. It was like medallions. I was like,
Oh gosh.
Okay. They're like, you talk too much. That's why I told you to go check it. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
well,
Yeah.
we have a good potato salad.
Well, it was the
Mm.
opposite.
It was the opposite.
Thing. Like, imagine you open up the oven and the turkey's just white, and it's like you're like this, and then you're like, oh my God, I didn't turn the oven on. Mm-hmm. Yes. And now everybody's over. Everybody's here. We're gonna have big turkey. I got a 30-pound turkey. That was
But
the biggest.
how I thought a 30-pound turkey, you had to start cooking it like 3 o'clock in the morning.
No, but you had to cook it. The thing is, I started cooking it. It was 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, but it wasn't never on. And I left it alone because they're like, if you keep checking it, it won't cook properly. So you have to just leave it alone. So nobody's checking. They're like, let's look. I'm like, leave it alone, because if you keep opening up the oven, it will not cook.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, look at Vee's tree. Look at Vee's tree.
I
But
did it before I got sick. Thank God, because I was so sick, and I'm sorry.
everybody, her tree is beautiful.
Thank you.
But can you see the green? That girl, she don't need no lights, girl.
I didn't put all the ornaments on this year. So I left some ornaments off.
V is so extra. This is why people think that you might be something else, because you are so extra in every way, in every part of your life. You just extra.
I am extra.
I know, that's why I'm cash.
Did you put your tree up?
I said I'm cash.
So are we putting the tree up on Christmas Eve?
No. We're gonna, because I have to come over to your house to get the extra ornaments. I have the lights downstairs. We have our ornaments downstairs because ever since we've got married, I give my wife every year. I give her one of the 12 Christmas ornaments. So we have, I think we're this year would be 8. 8 Lord, what is it? 8 Lords of Leaping, right? So, oh, well, she knows it's coming. I mean, it's after a while. 8 Lords of Leaping. That is my favorite Christmas song.
Gives me an ornament every year for Christmas. So every year she gives me, like, if we went to, I already know that she bought me a St. Lucia one, but if we go to wherever we go, she will get an ornament from there, not let me know. And then I went to Paris. I have a Paris one. I have England one. I have a Barcelona one. I have a Canada one. Wherever we go, my sister will get an ornament and then give it to me for Christmas. So, I have New Jersey one. I have everything. Wherever we go, my sister's like, this is this year's ornament.
Yes.
So I have
that's so sweet. That's
I
so
love Christmas. And this year,
everybody out there, what's going on? How are we doing?
How is everybody doing? Hey, Nikki.
Nikki. What a nice tradition. Yes. Whose? Mine or hers? I don't know.
No, anyway. Ornaments. It's a good tradition to give somebody an ornament.
Yes. I try because Christmas makes me sad, but I have my son, so I have to do it up. Santa, oh my God. Let me just tell you, ladies.
Yes.
You need somebody, you need to make an appointment to go to Macy's on 34th Street with Black Santa. Woo-hoo! That man is fun. No, I'm serious. Santa at 34th Street and Macy's, he is fine. And yeah, I got to cozy up to that
got to cozy up to Santa.
Because it takes a big old man to handle this. All of this right here. Oh, but no, but Telly, because some Santas, they look like ho, 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 ho. No, he was I was like, hey, Santa, clap. Make it clap. Okay.
oh, you want the baby to take a picture? She's like, no, I want to take a picture on Santa's lap.
Oh, Santa baby. I don't know. This is the second time that I fall in love with Santa. I was working at this other place, and this woman had her husband come and be Santa, but I did not know that was her husband. And then Santa was like, "Hello," and I was like, "Hi, Santa." Santa baby. I was like, "Did you see that Santa? He is fine." She's like, "I know. That's my husband." I was like, "Oh."
I knew that.
I'm just saying, I'm so girl, but he fine, right? She's like, people say that, I don't see it. I mean, he's okay. And I'm like, okay. You keep thinking that. Santa baby. I'm just saying. So anyway, let's roll on before I get slapped by my wife. She coming up behind me like, yo, you want to go back to Macy's, huh? You're like, I forgot. I didn't look good for my pictures. Today is National Gingerbread House Day.
Did you ever make a gingerbread house?
Yes, it was an epic fail. I don't think there was enough icing or something. It was an epic fail. I tried to make it with one of my other friends. One of our other friends. It didn't go well. I think I needed more icing, so I just started to put stuff and just make it work. Make it work. They didn't give me enough icing, or the icing was too thin. I needed thicker icing. I'm just saying I need thicker icing to make that gingerbread house, because it was horrible. But did you know it came by because of the Hansel and Gretel story back in the 19th century, the 1800s, and so people have been trying to make gingerbread houses because of the Hansel and Gretel story. So today is National Gingerbread Day, gingerbread house. So go make yourself a gingerbread house. Have you ever made a gingerbread house?
Yeah, several times. My daughter used to love that. That was became like a tradition. We had to make a gingerbread house. Like we made it I don't know. We had to make it. I had to make at least 10 in my life with my daughter. I never made one. She's the one who started us making it.
She never, I guess it was just you guys. Okay. But I can't make anything anyway, so that would have been an epic fail. Nikki said she made one and it was leaning. Cannot do the icing trim.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
Sean.
love Christmas stuff. Yes, Sean. I do all the Christmas things. Like I like okay, so this is it at my house. I went to CVS, and it's CVS, and I was actually looking for the hooks for the tree. And I saw
I need to get hooks for the ornaments. Okay, go ahead.
No, but I saw
Mm-hmm.
a black Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus.
Mm-hmm.
I fell in love with them, and I had no business getting any more Christmas done, but I had to. And I am so happy with my black Santa Claus. Like, I don't know what to do. I look at it every day and I feel it gives me joy. I had a black Santa Claus before and I have a white one, but these are like African Santa Claus. I am in love with my I'm so excited. I can't wait for you to come over my house and see them. I'm just so excited.
I'm just gonna pause for a second. This is just, I always have to bring in the negative part. They have Santa in Africa.
Of course, there's Santa all around the world. What's the matter with you?
The chimney. They come down the chimney. How's he riding on the snow?
He's not riding on the snow. He's riding in the sky. Santa comes from the sky, and he goes in your chimney. He's not riding on the snow. He leaves the North Pole, and then that's it. So you're trying to say in Florida there's no Santa? Is that what you're trying to say? Or California? So obviously he leaves the North Pole. He has to leave. And when he leaves, he's flying in the sky. You see him up there flying.
Yes, I do. But he has this big coat on and all
Right,
this
because
and
he's
big
going to the cold
boots.
areas. He's going to the cold areas
Mm-hmm.
like here. So,
Okay.
and,
All
and
right.
and Santa can be black and still go to the
Oh,
warm
I didn't
area.
say he can't be black. I just said
Santa's
Santa
black.
was
I'm fine.
African. I just had to
At, yes,
pause.
African Santa at CVS.
Well, that's
Girl.
why I got my other Santa. I got a black Santa. And today at Macy's, they have three different Santas.
Mm-hmm.
I had to wait because I was going to the Black Santa. I'm so
There
sorry.
you
My
go.
my mother my mother, but I know you have biracial children, so it's probably a little different for you. But my mom, she's like, we'll wait here for the Black Santa. I'm like, okay, mommy. Like it didn't. As a kid, I was like, it doesn't make a difference. She's like, no, it does make a difference. So when I was a kid, there was literally the North Pole in the
Mm-hmm.
South Pole, and we went to go see Black Santa every year, a long time. So, and I
Yeah,
took my son for the first time to see Black Santa, and he
that is
was
so cool.
handsome. I'm just saying, letting you know, you want to
Yes.
get hooked up.
I usually go to Macy's after Christmas, in between Christmas and New Year's, but I'm not doing anything like that this year because I was already really sick and I am staying with people. I'm not going to crowds. I'm not doing anything that involves a whole bunch of people. I am staying uh, out of this winter I will be like inside and
People, she's saying that, but she's having a huge
yeah,
Christmas
having
party.
I am having a
Hello,
huge holiday party.
hello.
I am. Yes, I am. I have one every year, but that's
Oh no, Sean, no, we are not using those emojis, Sean. No, no, he is not texting me that.
yeah.
Oh, emojis. His clothing changes with the snap of his fingers. Oh my goodness. Oh, we lost V. But anyway, that is my thing. I love the Black Santa. And so, but let me just tell you about the word of the week because we're over at my friend's house for Thanksgiving. And she was like, please pass the trivet. And I was like, and all of us were like, the trivet? What is a trivet? I don't know what that is. And oh, she's mad. And
I
so
tried to type in and then I lost you. Just try to type in. I was commenting to Sean and then
mhm,
I'm not gonna
you
comment,
you were
but
tapping the screen.
no, I was
Oh,
trying to it says join the chat. I tried to join the chat and then I lost everybody. But anyway, yeah, a trivet. Do you know what it is, everybody? You use it for holiday time and whenever you have guests over. So it's usually made out of more metal or wood, but you can be made out of cork that you put your hot plate on. So it's what you put up, when you have the hot food and you don't want to mess up your food.
Sean said, is that a sex toy?
I don't know if you could use a trivet as a toy
Oh
now.
my god. Yeah, because that's kind of unless like how I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know
would
if you could
think
use
so.
that.
Oh, wait,
But it sound like a
putting
sex
a hot
toy.
butt on it, instead of putting a hot plate, you could put a hot butt on it. So I guess you could have your fun on the trivet. So the two of you on the trivet, girl.
Maybe you can be on a trivet. My fat behind ain't fitting on no damn trivet. The trivet this big. Whose ass fitting on? Oh no, my behind can't fit on no trivet. But go ahead, you have some fun on a trivet.
Yes. Yeah. So I thought that, I mean, another friend of ours who is Emily Post,
Emily Post Jr.
yes, no, she said trivet, and I mean, I honestly, I thought we all knew what a trivet was. Only reason I thought so because my mom used that word. So my mom's from the Caribbean, and so she would say, "See if you have a trivet over there, put the thing on there." So I thought that like my mom was a smart woman. I'm not saying she's not smart, but like since that word was used in my house growing up, I thought it was not a word that everybody didn't know because my mom used it. So that's, So what do you call the hat? What do you call the trivet? What would you call it?
Give me that there so I could put this lasagna down. Girl, give me the thing, the hot thing, so I could put that um that thing down. Do you have one of those holder things? The hot, yeah. I don't know what I call it, but I know I don't call it no trivet.
Oh,
No.
well, I just know it as a trivet. I don't know. So
Yeah,
I have.
Emily Post 1 and 2. Like my friends, they always want to say, "Oh my God, it's like a what do you call it?" I'm trying to think. Not a hot plate. Oh my God, it's not a hot plate.
It's not a
Pot holder. A pot holder. Can I
Yeah.
have a pot holder? Ain't no daggone trivet. Can I have a pot holder?
A pot holder is not like you holding the pot. That's not the same
Pot holder, because they have the flat pot holders. When you usually get the mitt, you usually get one of those flat things. Yeah,
And
can I
that's
get a
what
pot holder?
So that's
A
what you put your
trivet.
hot food on a pot holder.
A trivet. A pot holder.
Okay.
It's the same thing when you called it trivet, but we call it a pot holder. I never
No,
heard
because
no
a pot holder is something that you hold a hot pot with. It's not something you put underneath the pot.
This is the pot,
Because the pot holder
and you put it
different than
opening
a
it.
trivet. A trivet is like, a round. It's like it's hard. Ooh, round and hard. But anyway,
A pot holder. Ain't nobody. Only you, Emily Post, and Emily Post Jr. are gonna call. Please pass the trivet? That's what I feel like. Please pass the jelly. You can call it anything, but please don't call it jelly.
Grey poupon.
Yeah, I mean,
Want the
no.
mustard or
So
no?
I learned I learned a word, right,
Yeah.
Nikki? I learned a word. I've never heard that. See, and Nikki's educated. We're educated.
Well, I don't think I told you, like, it's just a word that I think that some people just never use, but
Okay, everybody, with this holiday season, when they
you're gonna
get ready to put the Christmas ham down, you say, "Excuse me, can I have a trivet, please? I don't want to burn the wood table. I need a trivet." Okay? Because that's the only way you're having a very exquisite meal with a trivet. That it sounds like I should name. I bet in some schools right now
Mhm.
there's a boy named Trivet.
Or I bet somebody's gonna name their child that. Oh, I like that name, Trivet.
Oh my God! I never heard. I'm gonna name my child Trivet. He can hold those pots. Anyway, I'm so sorry. Oh Lord. So you know what has me on pause? Because
What had
we
you on
almost out of time. We almost
What
out
had
of
you on
time.
pause?
I have two things on pause. You tell me what has you on pause. I'm gonna tell you.
Well, what has me on pause is just the Jay-Z, being charged with the crime of uh, assaulting a 13-year-old. So that has me on pause because I mean, I know a lot of people are saying that he didn't do it, and maybe he didn't, and
Allegedly.
he allegedly, and so I mean, and there's we'll see what happens, but it still has me on pause the fact that we're getting there, like that we're at a place where people who are revered are now being accused of certain things, and that's bothersome.
Being torn down. But
Mhm.
my thing is this, and so someone asked, why did you wait so long? 17 years later, why did you wait so long, and it's not going to be criminal. It's going to be a civil case, right? And I say it like this: when you're 13, you don't know better. And you're probably scared. You probably mentioned it maybe when you were like 14 or 15. And they're like, yeah, right. Or you had a reputation, and maybe it took you 17 years of therapy to get your mind to be like, you did that. I'm not going to let you get away. It's not just one of them, it's both of you who did that to me. So I can see how it is possible. I'm not saying it is true. I'm not saying it's untrue. I'm saying that I can see how it is possible. I come from a very misogynistic household. And I remember I was wearing shorts and this guy tried to assault me. And I went to my father and I was like, we're leaving right now because this happened. And my dad was like, well, you shouldn't be wearing shorts sitting around the house. And I was like, and at this point, I was educated. I had graduated college. I was on my way to law school. And I felt like I was broken that my father said, well, you shouldn't be wearing shorts around this man. What do you think is going to happen to you? And I'm telling you, I was grown out of high school, out of college, going to law school, and it just took the breath from my every of one of my being. And I went into the room and I just sat there and I cried for a couple of hours. And then I was just like, okay, so I'll stay in this room for the next 2 days. Because my father's like, I'm not leaving. You just put on clothes. I'm not leaving. And then I talked to one of my friends. She's like, are you crazy? And I was like, you're right. I'm getting up out of here. But to this day, my father is just like, oh, whatever. You want to make things so big. And that was like so long ago. Why do you even think about that? Because my father at 20 some years old did not protect me.
Well,
And so I can imagine how a 13-year-old would be like, no one is there to protect me. Let me just shut up.
Well, the statute of limitations on rape used to be 7 years. We've extended it because of that, because people are afraid to speak up when they're younger and get shut down, and then time goes by and it's too late to do anything. So we've extended it, and also some people have repressed memories, and when the memory comes out, years have gone by, it's too late to charge anybody with anything. So we've actually changed that to try to help younger people have a voice, because, and then a lot of times before it would be 7 years have passed and now you're older and you can say something, but why are you going to say something if there's no sense? Nothing's going to happen to this person, so you might as well keep your mouth shut. So now we've changed that. So thank goodness that we are giving a voice. I'm not saying every man is guilty or every woman is guilty. I'm not saying that, but we need to protect the innocent. So if there's a chance that we can have justice for somebody who is dealing with somebody who has committed a crime, then I think that's good. I mean, so we have
and people who are men of power, a lot of times can just buy it away. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I can stall it in court because I have $1 billion. So I can stall this in court for as long as you're alive. I'll just more continuances, more this, more that, more smoke screen. And so you get tired of telling your story and looking like a fool. They go and hire an investigator to say, oh, yeah, back when you were 13 in middle school, remember you went and kissed that boy behind the thing and took down your what? She was a hoe. At 13, she was a hoe. So I'm sure she wanted it because there's somebody who will get paid. I'll give you $5,000 to say that you were whatever back then. Why do I want to be on this stand? I'm the victim. Why am I going to be ripped down by you when you're the wrongdoer? So
Mhm.
in this position, I can definitely understand someone being like, yeah, now, just now getting the courage.
Yes. So,
So that is a thing for pause. But I gotta tell you one more pause because I see your
wonderful.
tree. We went into the city today. Went to Rockefeller, walked from 34th Street to go to Rockefeller Center to see the tree.
Mhm.
Do you know the tree? It's all the way at least 200 yards away from you. You can't even get close into the tree. There's all these barriers up. If you want to see the tree up close, you have to pay $40.
Or you could wait till after Christmas. But when between Christmas and New Year's, you don't have to pay. So before Christmas, you have to pay. So I've always gone. That's why I said I always go to city after Christmas, but I'm not going because I don't want to get
I
people.
don't remember ever paying. I remember walking right up to the tree, sitting by the tree, taking pictures with the tree. When did this come in?
But yeah,
When did this happen? Because I was so surprised. The tree is so far away. They have this whole sidewalk blocked, everything blocked.
Mhm.
You have to
Mhm.
pay $40 to take
Get
a
your money.
picture with the Rockefeller tree now.
Yep.
I'm so disappointed in
A
you.
tree that they get always donated. Do you know they don't
Yep.
buy tree? They get from upstate, from wherever they get the tree. It's from someone's house, and then they get donate the tree, and then you have to pay to see it.
Yes. I'm like, so what? When would this become such a big business? You used to can go up, look down on the rink, look at the people ice skating. They have the angels and everything that you could go down and see. Saks Fifth Avenue doesn't even have
Oh, this is so sad.
their
That's
window
sad.
decorated.
I'm like, what's going on with Saxon? That is so
What is
sad.
going on with Christmas? I'm
Christmas.
Christmas. Yes, Christmas. Christmas. What is going on with Christmas? I was so mad. I was just so disappointed. We walked almost
It's big
20
business though.
blocks, 20 blocks to go see it, and you couldn't even get anywhere near it. It's such a big business. It's not even about holidays, and so it's just celebrating the dollar. People, I was very upset today. I was very upset. I was very happy because I got to see Black Santa Claus,
You
but
gotta
I
see
was
Santa.
very disappointed in Rockefeller Center. Shame on you. $40 for a picture with to get close enough to get a picture with the tree. That you get the just saying. I know you don't care.
Of course, of course I can. Well, I go after, but now I'm not going.
No, I'm saying not you caring. I'm talking about Rockefeller Center caring, but that was a big for me.
Well, yeah. What is when you guys told me about Saks Fifth Avenue, that was a shock for me because I'm like, they're not doing their window display. I'm thinking that, it's probably very expensive to do the kind of display they do, but I feel like they could hire somebody like me and I could do it for a lot less and it will be beautiful. I'm like, why do they have to make it so crazy? Like, it doesn't have to be that. People will still enjoy it. Like, what are you doing? You're taking away, like, bring us back to like the 1930s and give us that kind of window when there's just not all this. It would be beautiful. We will love it. Oh, so upsetting.
Oh, well, we're going to take a commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about how to survive your relatives
During the holiday.
during the holiday, relationship ish.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl, Chrissy, here to let you know that the Evening Rush Network now has an app. Yes, an app, you guys. So you can stay connected on the go and watch all your favorite podcast shows. You can download the app at Google Play Store or Apple iTunes. So spread the word. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Also, if you're looking to start a podcast and really don't know how, well, hit us up at the Evening Rush Network at gmail.com and inquire about time slots, pricings, and everything you may need to get started. We got you. Join the winning team, the Evening Rush Network. And also, download that app. What are you waiting for? Get to it.
Hello. It's Thursday night. It's relationship-ish. Tell your mama, tell your friends, tell your cousin. We breaking in. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I can't rap.
Cash,
Yes.
I'm just saying on a private chat, I cannot. Once I went off, it's not there. It's missing. I cannot see anything. I'm just letting you know. Please like, share, follow us on all social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Follow Relationship-ish and the Evening Rush Network. Please download the app, the Evening Rush Network app. That's it. I'm just letting you know that I cannot. I just went.
All right. Well, that is so cute. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Tell your friend to tell your friend that we breaking in. We doing it. No emojis here. All right. So, V, let me
Yes.
just tell you, holidays with family is crazy.
Yeah.
How can you survive this? How can you survive the holidays with your families? So we're going to give you 10 tips that you can survive the holidays with your family, because I may be coming over and you might need to survive me.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever have any time for pause during your holidays? Like, some relatives that you just don't get along with?
Oh, all the time.
Oh.
I have that uncle who always wants to say, I love you. Remember that time when I was about 11? I got and you came in the bathroom with me and I screamed for my mom. Remember that? No, we can never be family again. So sorry. We're done forever and ever. No, sir.
Oh,
You're not seeing this.
Is your dad coming to visit for Christmas? You come in?
No, he'll be here for New Year's because he's gonna come for New Year's and stay for my son's first birthday.
Oh,
because it's my first birthday. My son's first birthday and christening. So he'll be up here for that doing grandpa duties. So yay. I just want to spend the holidays with y'all. Oh well, go ahead. Cherry, cherry, cherry. I don't know what the cherries mean. I gotta go back in my emoji translator and figure out what cherry, cherry, cherry means. So setting boundaries with your relatives, keeping in mind what's going to be you've crossed the bounds. There's nothing else to say. I'm not going to have a fight. I just want to leave. Just like, when you do this, it's not going to happen. I'm leaving. Or if you do that, I'm just gonna, that's it. I know I'm not gonna pick a fight. You can say it's like, well, that's none of your business. Or you can be like, you know what? I don't want to talk about that right now. So how are you doing? Like really, just really setting those boundaries and just saying, this is where it stops. And if this happens, we're leaving. And so we go over to, well, let me not just, there's family situations. Me being with my wife and the fact that I have a wife is like, you two are so beautiful. I don't know why you would get married wasn't there a good man? And I'm like, Like your husband who cheated on you? Like those good men? I'm so sorry. I'm good. Like you just needed a good man. I'm like, and you didn't find one because you just got cheated on over and over again. But you're right. I needed a good man.
Yeah. Well, I think
Um,
setting boundaries is definitely a good idea because sometimes you're with relatives and they drink too much, and you're like, if he starts drinking, I'm gone. So you don't have to say anything about his drinking. You can just go. He starts, he's going to be talking too much or doing something that's going to make you feel uncomfortable. You need to leave. You know what I mean?
oh my God. I never forget my uncle. He was drinking too much.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother's friends were over and my sister-in-law's friends were over. He was being so fresh, he pinched one of their butts, and my brother was just like, are you kidding me? I'm like, no. So is
I've been pinched on at a party on the butt. I was a grown woman, first time for everything, and you think I don't know. I think of it as a European thing, and maybe people get pinched in like if they're in France or Italy or something. But I was actually pinched on the butt, like as a grown woman. I was just like, what I did. I was like, that never happened to me. I was like, okay, I didn't know that was a real. I thought it was like, I'm like, who would do that?
girl.
In the African American realm, I don't have the kind of juicy butt that people want to pinch. I don't think, but apparently it was good enough for some people. I was like, all right now.
Well, girl, my brother had to tell my uncles, they were like, you cannot drink and come over this house anymore. I am so embarrassed. Like, it wasn't just a couple, it was a lot. They were like, okay. I'm like, oh, Lord. So,
Mm-hmm.
anyway, increased self care. What do you think about that, V?
Well, I think yes. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you have to put yourself first. Because I think in the holidays time, we're all thinking about everybody else but ourselves. You know what I mean? And because we're like, okay, we got to get this for this one, make sure this person's happy, wrap this. This person doesn't like this. So I think you need to take a USA and before you get yourself too frazzled, and take time for yourself and do what you need to do to make yourself feel good, strong, and able to handle what's coming.
Mm.
Mm, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that's what it is. The holidays is all about everybody else. It's about giving, and that's what we're thinking about, how we can make everybody else happy. But I feel like in that little space we forget about ourselves, and that should not happen. So
Okay.
what do you think?
Absolutely. I'm into my massages. Hey, Gary. Gary's my masseuse. I love
Mhm.
Gary. He's been with me for years now. Oh my God.
Or does he
Anyway,
give you happy endings?
we're in America. What the hell? No, no.
What do you
I
mean we're
don't
in
think.
America? Yes. What? Okay.
Well, obviously, V has gone someplace and gotten
I've
a
never had a
happy
happy
ending.
ending, but I know people who have had happy endings. And yeah, it's not open anymore, but a friend of ours used to work
I
at
bet.
the hair salon. She used to work at the hair salon, and they had a masseuse there, and he used to do happy endings.
And that's why they're not open anymore.
Actually, they got in trouble for doing that, but
So
yes.
that's what I said, but that's why they're not. Well, I get just regular deep tissue massages. There ain't no happy ending in there. And I've known him for years. He just goes, turn over. And I turn over. That's about it. That's
Okay.
about it. Okay. But I love my Gary. He's
Mhm.
Ukrainian.
Okay.
Hey, hey,
Ooh.
hey.
Wow.
And
Strong
just
like
saying.
bull.
Yes, he is. And he's like this tall, and he's like, yes, he gets it. So be realistic, and this is real. If your family always fights, uh there's gonna be a fight.
Mhm.
It's not gonna be special because you're attending. Be ready for the fight.
Yep.
Like I go to my friend's house, I know they fight all the time. And I mean they fight. I just I look for the exits. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, look for the exits. Every year they fight.
Yep.
The liquor get in there, that brown liquor,
Mhm.
and they just go at it. And I just go against the wall and exit stage left. Your baby mama be fighting like that? No, 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 no. So that's why I don't go to Brooklyn. That's what I'm saying. I love Brooklyn, but I don't go to Brooklyn. Uh
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, no,
yeah.
because there's usually a fight. It's gonna be a fight. And
That's why you try to get in and get out. You be like, hey everybody, I'm so glad you here. Here you go, here you go, here you go. I love you, but I gotta go because my friend got okay. But
okay.
you don't even have to give the whole excuse. Be like, all right. She live in Queens. Oh dang. You know why? She used to live in Brooklyn and moved to Queens. That's
Okay.
whatever happens to everybody. They used to live in Brooklyn and moved to Queens. And they be like, oh, those Queens girls. Yeah, no. Anyway, be realistic. There's gonna be a fight. Get
Yeah.
prepared.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
Get your NGB stick in your
Don't
car.
act shocked. Don't act like
I'm
you don't.
not saying I'm not
Act like you know.
saying get your NGB stick, okay? And I'm not gonna say what I stand for, but somebody need to be good. Blame it on the Henny. No, I'm blaming it on you. Okay. Something gonna pop off when you drinking that brown liquor. And even in baby showers. That's why I can't go to baby shower. Remember the baby shower? You remember the baby shower. And I had your baby with me at the baby shower.
Okay.
Tally, and there was a fight, and Tally wanted to get the
Oh
candy.
my goodness! She had my daughter at some baby shower, and this started arguing.
At a baby shower. So holidays isn't gonna be any different. Get the exit. And let me just tell you, my father left us. Me and my brother, my father left us. He was like, "Oh, yep, gotta go." So be realistic at the holidays. There's gonna be get in, get out. I'm just saying. Number
Yeah.
4.
Okay.
So practice gratitude. So like when at Friendsgiving, our friend gave us a journal so we can be mindful about the different things we're grateful for and perform an act of service for like your friends, your
Mhm.
pets, your co-workers. Practice meditation to reflect on things that you're grateful for. I've been trying to do this lately because I've been in such a headspace and I'm stressed, and then my friend just slows down and she's like, well, what are you grateful for? Forget about what's going on that's bad. What are you thankful for? And that brings you back to back to a better place. Like, I'm thank you for my
Mhm.
family. I thank you for my family. I thank you for my friends. I thank
Mhm.
you for my son. I'm thank you that I'm eating this good food. And
Mhm.
sometimes it is good food. Like those sweet potato yams that your father done stuck his foot in. Oh, thank you for those yams because it was good. That was good Southern eating right there. And you were like, I don't like those yams. I was like, you sure don't.
Mhm.
Now that tasted like poon right there. So I was grateful. I had to be grateful for those things and
Mhm.
grateful for my friends for helping me when I'm at my lowest, and just being grateful for my family because they have kept me together. So
we're lucky. I mean, our family is very lucky. We are blessed. A lot of people don't have the support that we have with each other, and you know, we have friends that are like family and family that are just wonderful. We're lucky. We're blessed. And we
So
can't forget that because everybody doesn't have that cash.
I'm grateful.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. You know what? Let's create the tradition where we are not going to argue this year. So there will be no arguments this year. Okay. So that's going to be our new tradition.
so let me just tell y'all a story about V and arguing.
What about me and arguing?
She said she was no, just in general, family not arguing. I said to V, she was sick. She said, I would go to the hospital if I was really sick. Earlier, I was really sick. And I would have went. But now I feel better. I feel better. But if I know when it's time to go to the hospital, and I said, pause. You just said before you needed to go to the hospital. Did you go to the hospital? She said, no. I said, so obviously you don't know when it's time to go to the hospital. She's like, no, that's not what I meant. I was like, but that's what you said. Let's go. So I could see us in a party. She'd be like, I don't know. So once spades come out, there's a fight. Yeah, because if you renege, we gonna fight. And let me just tell you, I play you. You know who you don't want to play cards with? Who is really gonna be a fight? Because she is too competitive. She will knock the board over if she thinks she's gonna lose.
I am very competitive. I am. I'm so sorry. I am. I tried. That is a very bad fault. I'm not going to lie. I am competitive and I do not like to lose. And I will practice a year in advance to meet you and play backgammon with you or whatever. I will practice for a year and then be like, okay, so let's play. Because if I lost, yes, I will be practicing.
And she has flipped tables over just to say, oh, I just don't want to play anymore. I don't feel like talking. I'm like,
yeah, I can't. I'm not. I am the worst loser. I have to admit it. Like, you know, there's no. I am a sore loser. I'm not good. I'm not good at losing. So yeah.
I don't know. We gotta create new traditions.
It's like, you know,
A fresh start. You know, and that one's not going to work for V because V loves old traditions. So that new tradition with everything else but new traditions. Go ahead.
I like the new one. I mean, I've created. Look at my African Santa Claus. I like my new. And yeah, I have some new traditions, and you know, but you know, the thing about traditions for me is basically it's like a once a year thing that you do whatever it is, and I'm like, why would you want to change that? And I feel like your kids grew up this way, you grew up this way. I feel like you can add new traditions, but I don't want to get rid of the old ones. I don't mind adding on the new ones, but you know, I don't want to, you know, certain things like we open up our presents. Some people open up their presents on Christmas Eve. That's my sister's tradition at her house. I feel like, why would you want to change that? You know what I mean? So for us, it's Christmas morning. We open one on Christmas Eve and the rest on Christmas morning. That's what we do. But I feel like that's what we've been doing their whole lives. Like, why do you want to, you know? So I feel like you could add tradition without, you know, diminishing the ones you already have. And it reminds me of my mom, the things that we did with my mom, and then we can continue to do it, and it keeps her alive in my head. You know,
That's nice, but when V does something one time, it becomes an all the time. Just be
What,
careful.
what? Which one are you talking about?
Just be. I'm not saying I love you, V.
I know,
It
but
one
what's the
time, and
thing
that's
that we
it.
did?
It's an all the time thing.
Yeah, but what's
She'll
the one time thing that we did that turns into all the time? That sounds like me. I'm not gonna deny it, but I can't think of one.
I'm
But
like, which one? Which one? Okay, then. Excuse yourselves. This just go just like this. It is too much to handle.
well, I've been look for the holiday party. I've been having, I've been having a holiday party for over 35 years. But like,
Wow, I haven't been to any of those. Maybe the last five. I
yeah.
wasn't old enough to go. And that reminds me, tradition. So I can't come to V's Christmas party this year, guys.
Holiday
So
party. It's a holiday party. I have Jewish friends.
I'm sorry,
who
it's
are
a holiday
holiday
party, and I
party.
won't be there. Loving kisses. I'm gonna send a video because tradition has it. Kids can't come.
Kids
So
can come, but we were
I
thinking
love you guys.
but you would have to ask Lindsay because we were thinking that you could bring the baby over and the baby would just stay upstairs. And Lindsay's too young to be at the party. She could watch the baby and then you could go upstairs at will. So that's what we.
While she is on her phone.
Well, she though it's gonna be when it's early. You could go up there, and Tally can go up there. We can all go up there and take it turns. So like I think she would be a
It
good. I
can
mean, she's
just be
good
a
with
sim.
kids, and
I didn't say she's not great with kids.
but I'm like, I mean, and the baby's in the same house as you. It's not like you have to go so far away to see your baby. So that's what I was thinking. But you have to ask her. I did not ask her because I was like, I don't know if we want to even do that. But that was my thought. All right. Yes.
Excuse yourself if it's too much. Just guys, it's too much. To go meditate. Or
Right.
kick your behind. Number 7. Become a gray rock. You know, and I use this often when people start yelling and and you just go, oh, I see.
Mhm.
Okay. So what you're saying to me is what I hear you saying is
Mhm.
you think that and that's it. And then people are like, you're just being sarcastic. I'm like, I'm just trying to listen to what you're saying.
Mhm.
Now, I don't do this all the time. Sometimes I'm the explosive rock, but sometimes I can become a gray rock. But if you need to deal with the holidays and you have this explosive person, become a gray rock.
Mhm.
Instead of fueling the conversation with other negativity. You're what's, I can't think of the guy's name. Oh, well, I shouldn't say the name, but the girlfriend's father, I had to become a gray rock because you know what? How much this costs? Yeah, I know you can't afford this. Oh, your father owns a boat.
Oh,
Oh, it's just a boat. This is a ship.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. You see this statue right here? Oh, yeah. And it was just like,
Yeah,
hmm.
well, that's hard for anybody. Like, boast braggarts and people who like to boast. It's hard. It's hard to stay. And people who try to make you bring you down so that they can feel good. Like I know you don't have,
Hmm.
really like my sister-in-law who said this was like, this is my house, this is my home, and she said, this is a nice starter home. Like 30 years later, this is the beginning, the middle, and the end. This is it. Like there's no. She's like, but this is a good starter home. I'm like, okay, so and I had no qualms about saying this is the starter, the middle, and the end. This is the only home. This is not. This is not where. This is where we're gonna end up. Like what? What? But that was just to make me feel bad. But it didn't make me feel bad. I was like, girl, this is what we got. We're not getting no other home. Like, sorry. Like, I think she thought I was gonna be like insulted and be like, well, yeah, later on we are gonna get. Well, I'm like, no, this is what we have. We're not getting. There's nothing else coming. that's it. Sorry.
Mm.
I'm like, that's it. But
Hmm. Well, number 8, build resilience. Like communicate, acknowledge your feelings, and actively communicate. I mean, like, when you say this, it makes me feel that. I value our relationship, but this right here hurts my feelings. And being able to do that can, maybe a person doesn't know that what they're doing, and they're just uh thinking that they're playing around, but you're like, that's very hurtful. I don't do that, so please don't do that to me.
right.
so
But
so
also, if somebody is like it, maybe they're a braggart and they're really not hurting your feelings like that. But you don't have to take it personally because you don't have a new Mercedes, right? So
mhm.
you don't have to. You need to not take everything. It's not about trying to make you feel bad. They're just trying to make themselves feel good. So then you could just you don't have to combat it. It doesn't have to be an argument or a fight or come at them because you think they're coming at you. I feel like you need to just get a little bit of tough skin sometimes and be like, it's okay. I'm not gonna let
See,
it bother.
people think I have tough skin. Sometimes I'm just like, oof, something just you thought I
Well,
bang.
you just say you'll be right back. That's what I do. I'll be like, you know what? I'll be right back, and then just don't come back. Like you just go, talk to somebody else. I'll be right back. This, bye, done.
Mhm.
You know.
Anticipate triggers.
Mm.
I wish because I know the triggers, but it's just going to be set off, and I just go. "Ugh." But my family, they just keep going. They just keep going. I know the triggers, but they just keep going. Like, now, in my house, I owned a house. I grew up with my parents fixing houses. I go to my friends' houses and I fix things. But to this day, my brother and my father go, "Oh, she breaks everything. There's
She
nothing that
fixes
she has. She breaks everything. You gonna fix something? Oh, okay."
stove that I'm cooking on right now is because Cash fixed the stove. Like the only reason, no, she has learned. She watches. She's very smart, and she watches how things are done, and then she asks questions, and then she will do it herself the next time. Like you don't have to come over twice. She will do it herself the next time, and I don't understand why they don't see that. I think it's because they are misogynistic, so they think of you as a woman. So what could you know and what can you fix? Because listen, what me, this Dolly Parton head girl, I can't fix anything. I can, I'm watching and I'm not learning as I'm watching. So, like, I'm just saying, I'm not. So, not
What
every
the hell?
person, and I know I am not that person. It's not like I'm trying to be helpless. If I can, if you're cooking something, I can try to learn how to do it. I will try to do it. If there's something that I can try to do, but some things it's just beyond me. So I'm not, you can't be good at everything, and I'm not going to try to pretend and be good at everything. But Cash, she is good. So I don't understand her family because she has fixed stuff at my house. And thank God, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, I think I have to pay somebody because she's like, girl, you could do that. I'm like, I can't do stuff. Well, I'll
Girl.
do it. All you need to do is this. And she has done it. I'm not joking. So
Yeah, because I'm not paying you twice. That's the thing. I'm not paying you
I'm
twice.
telling
You
you,
should don't
yeah.
tell me what you did, because I'm not paying you twice. That's all I know. I'm like,
Yeah, see,
oh,
that's what I'm
that's how
saying.
you do
Yeah.
that? Okay.
Well,
That's all I'm saying.
my father
It's
was good at that. He could have somebody fix something and then he could fix it the rest of the time. Like you never have to call them again. He's like, he watched somebody change a ballast and he was like, okay, I got it. I've changed the ballast. And then at my studio, he would change ballast this all the time. Like once he could watch you do something, he got it. So,
mm-hmm.
but I'm
So
not that. And, that didn't come. I that generation, that skipped my generation. I can't do it. But Cash,
mm,
I don't know why they don't trust you and your instincts and your ability to fix things, but I do. Hands down. Oh, say it.
Yeah, having a house is real. Like I don't understand. I'm gonna figure it out because we don't have the money. We're gonna
You
figure it out.
who you telling?
So number 10, be empathetic. You
Mm.
know, be naturally possessed. Like if you don't naturally do it, just do like, I'm confused. Can you help me understand the way that you're feeling about this? 'Cause I can't understand. Why do you feel that way? You know, just being empathetic. Has that worked for you?
Yeah. I
Hmm.
have learned, yeah, I have learned to be more like that. I wasn't like that, but I have learned to be more like that in my the latter part of my life.
Well, maybe you'll teach me.
I just well, I think you just get tired and you don't want to argue and you're just like, okay, so I guess that's how
And
you.
she does that so well. I can't do it. I'm like this. I'm like, okay. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna say it. Okay, but okay. Nope, nope, nope. Not gonna say it. Okay, I have to say it. Let me just say, I try, I try to be like, oh, okay. I understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm trying to.
Well, because you think that everybody is as smart as you, but when you realize that they're not as smart as you, there's no reason you can't argue with stupid. So just leave it alone. I'm like, okay, so okay, I get it, I understand, and I'm done. Because what am I going to do? I can't argue with you. I cannot raise your IQ. I can't do it. So I'm done. There you go. That's the truth. I'm like, you can't. What are you gonna do? So no.
Oh
You
my
you try to
goodness.
make people see the light. You try to educate them. I'm like, what am I doing? No, I can't help you. I
And I
cannot
think that's my
can't
problem. I
raise
try to
anybody's
educate.
IQ. When you think of it that way,
Mm.
you'll be okay with it, you know what I mean? We
Okay.
cannot raise IQs.
Well,
Be
V,
empathetic.
at the end of this, to survive the holidays with your family, number one, set boundaries,
Increase your self-care.
be realistic,
Practice gratitude.
create new traditions,
Excuse yourself.
become a gray rock,
Build your resilience.
anticipate triggers, and
Be
be empathetic.
Yeah. Well, hopefully this is going to help people get through the holidays because there's going to be some kind of argument somehow. I mean, usually,
Any takeaways or hmms that are making you go, how is this? Is this going to help me?
you know what I think is good. The practicing gratitude. I think that was a good takeaway for
Hey,
me.
Ronnie, how you doing? Merry, happy holidays.
Hopefully, I'm going to see you at my holiday party, Ronnie. But listen, do you know what is the one that I thought was good? Not the is to self-care, because I think we definitely forget about ourselves during this time of year. We are so wrapped up in everybody else and our kids and our parents and making sure everybody's okay, and we forget about ourselves. And I really thought that was pretty something to think about, and I think that's important. And I would never think about that. We always think about gratitude and being grateful and thankful, and this is like, but we don't think about ourselves. And I think that for me, that was a good takeaway, because I'm like, you know what? Yeah, we still have to take care of ourselves now. And I think that's true. How about you?
I think two things is like anticipating the triggers and just thinking about how to self empower yourself. Like I think my triggers are like I'm the youngest in my family. Like my mother and father each. Well, my mother had 13 brothers and sisters. My father 11 brothers and sisters. So I am the youngest on that totem pole. Like I'm so listening to the older people and how they're like teasing or picking on you, and you're like, okay, do you realize how old I am right now? Like what you're saying to me is inflammatory. And to like is set your boundaries and know your triggers and have that response ready. You know, I think in my head is having that response ready, because honestly at this point I'm not going to change you. You know, I'm not going to change you. I'm not winning or fixing anything.
Right.
I have the power now to excuse myself and leave. You know what I mean? Is like I can empower myself by saying, "Oh, okay, thank you," and leave. Not have an attitude, not storm off because I'm hysterical, but to be like, "Oh, okay," and leave. Because yeah, wear a shirt that says "Be mindful of my triggers."
Yes. No, we need a relationship
Oh, that's hot. That's
Yeah.
hot, Veronica. I agree. Yeah, yes. Beware of my triggers. Be mindful. Yeah, because you know they want to pop off, and it's like I'm not a little kid. I think I know you know I'm younger than you, and I'm significantly younger than a lot of my my cousins and my sibling. But it's like
Yeah, because they still think of you as their kid sister and their kid cousin, and they still think you're grown, but in their head, we're all still like 20 years old, and you're still 10. So that's how they're thinking of it. And how you're from that southern group of respect your elders. We're all from the old school respect your elders, and they're the elders, and they think that you're not grown. And I'm like, hello.
Step the F back. Okay. For educational purposes only. I would never say anything like that.
No.
I would usually I eat
You
it.
have to excuse yourself. You have to excuse yourself before
I
you
have to excuse myself because
Mhm.
I'll go away, I'll excuse myself, and I'll cry. I can't take it no longer. And she's like, well, why don't you just walk away? They're calling me again. And she's like, well, take a deep breath. And I'm like,
Oh Lord. Oh
so
yeah.
I think that's the
Mhm.
for. So I mean, this is. I think seriously, I think I can learn. I always learn from our shows. That's the one thing I'm telling you. I research and I learn from our shows. Like, this is really relationship ish. When we talk about it all, we talk about marriage, sex, we talk about the music, the food, the family, the friends, and we're having a good time. And I'm learning, and I just feel like that's a positive thing for me in doing this right now and coming into your homes. And I'm thinking everybody that's out there listening, but I enjoy this because I enjoy learning, and these things help me learn and grow in any type of relationship, not just in a loving relationship, but a family relationship, friends, colleagues.
Mhm.
I mean, this information for me is something that empowers me for
Of
this
course.
holiday season period or and
Yeah.
just for life. So I enjoy it. So thank you for being there listening, people, and thank you for chiming in. Thank you to our guests.
Please like, follow, tell a friend uh,
Tell a friend.
about the Evening Rush Network and Relationship Ish. And we'll see you next Thursday.
Oh, what's our topic for next Thursday?
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie.
Holiday presents. But anyway, tell a friend. Love ya. Bye.
Bye-bye.